I'm so happy I'm finally out of the battleground. You have no idea. I was so scared like 3 or 4 times of a player. And I'm so lucky I didn't get killed, by the way. I'm so damn lucky. I didn't see anyone high level from their side. There's definitely some decent gear pieces that I can get. Can I? Okay then. I can literally just buy myself an item for 1,000. Okay. Okay. Level 16. I guess I'm gonna wear it because I can. Oh, look at how cute it is. Oh, it has a corona mask too. Oh, it's a mask. Oh, look at that. They're so thoughtful. Actually, Nefeli, I would lose a couple percent of the XP if I died. Which is why I'm actually partially scared. Why would you waste that for me, you monster? Hey, I have an epic hat now. And that's a guy with a mace and a shield and wearing just some mafioso gear. Oh, that's so funny. I mean, I know I dropped everything, but dude, it's some holiday special gear, so I'm like, dude, let's go for it, I guess. And I don't even know if this will be permanent. Oh, it's notes. I remember there would be a follow-up quest for that. But because I have no book, I can't find the book. Here's hoping that I'll actually get something good here. Some good follow-up quest. Those ruined spirits are level 19. I cannot kill them. So I have to go here. There seems to be mountains surrounding this area, so I guess my best bet is just to go around. What do I have to do to get spirit essences? Ruined spirit warriors. And there's no more quests further up ahead. Okay, okay. Oh, nice. I'm just grinding some monsters because I'm a bit low on EXP. I mean, I guess I could go look for the ring guards and figure out how tough they are. Oh, I actually like the EXP I'm getting from these guys. I think I'm just gonna kick and Phantom Strike. Phantom Assault, I think. Never mind. Oh, I heard a gear drop. Yeah, but I got 3% XP from those 4. That's not bad. Oh yes, Oga, you are definitely a special case, specifically. I still don't understand how I'm gonna go to sleep so early. If I went to sleep at like 8 PM and woke up at like 6 AM, I would feel like half my life is already gone. Not because oversleeping would be bad for me, but like, I'm just wasting my time sleeping instead of like just, you know, doing something more rational. Although I don't know if gaming is exactly something we would call more rational, but hey, you get what I mean. Doing something more constructive than just sleeping around. And if I'm completely capable of doing whatever I want, even with less sleep, then there's no issue. No issue at all. I guess I can kill these, but they're definitely not. This guy's name is COVID. Why? It's a character name. When you're like done with it, would you like probably call yourself that after it all? I wouldn't. I just use transform because this makes it a lot faster. There you go. I like it, I like it. I'm actually pretty close to leveling up already. Wait, are these quests? Oh, those are the spirit essences! Why am I getting them in the stacks of 1? Okay. I mean, I guess I should probably stay away from him. You're right about that, Nefeli. Actually, how hard do they hit? Oh, they don't do any damage. What? Why? They don't do... Look. Just taking like... I'm just taking 110 damage. Okay. I'll take it. Just gonna keep spamming this skill because it's so productive. Okay, so definitely farmable. Definitely farmable. Actually, yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I literally don't want to spend my entire, like, a third of my life entirely sleeping. So I'm just like making the best of my time that I don't need to do sleeping. I'm just trying to use it on something else instead. I know people are just gonna call me dumb for that, for not sleeping properly, perhaps, but like, my body doesn't say that I can't handle it, and I'm feeling pretty much healthy despite that, so... Oh, double the damage! Oh my god. These skills are so good. That is not really a skill that I want. This poison is very weak. Alright, then stat points. Now, let's see how this new fatal hit works. Jeez! I just did over 500 damage in total. Oh my god. That skill just got a huge boost. Oh dude, yeah. I'm like on the very same page. I totally want to like play games instead. Or if I like really want to find out something, I would definitely be using it for that. Like I said, everyone has their own way of being productive that like, even though we don't use the extra time to do school all the time, we use it to learn new things in our own way. Like I'm improving on playing games and the prospects that the game teaches you to have. Like, for example, organizing, like bundling up monsters, or like playing strategy games and learning some like strategical thinking. Games itself are not productive, but what you learn from playing games is a wholly another thing. And I think that's like something that people completely disregard most of the time. Everyone that plays games knows that entirely, but like those people that do not play games, they might have this like starting impression that, dude, games are just a waste of time. They're just gonna do better for our health. Which in a way is true, that they do not follow the healthy lifestyle. But it is a way of entertainment, and probably one of the best ones at that currently. And hey, we have VR, and we have games like Beat Saber. You could call that exercise. And you can't call me wrong on that one. But powerful biological machines need to rest, apparently. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. I mean, I just don't want to do wild guesses, but with what you mean with powerful biological machines, because honestly I have no idea, so I don't want to just like say something stupid and just feel even more stupid afterwards, being like, hey, that isn't what I meant. I'm like, oopsie. Oh, so you meant basically powerhouses. Okay. I mean, that doesn't mean that every game has to be psychologically heavy. Like, dude, I'm just slapping monsters. Is that really something that makes my brains go like overloaded? Like I said, I don't think, like, not all the games are that overloading to our brains. Like games just like this one, I can just click around, do something that doesn't require too much cognitive thinking. I don't think it's too much contrary to the resting part of brains. Like, I'm conscious of what I'm doing, but then again, I'm letting my mind drift off. Like, I just realized, like, I'm not joking. I'm not even using this as an example. I just realized I had already done my quest and I don't have to kill these things anymore. I could actually grab a few of these giants here. Dude, I don't really know what to say. Like, I grabbed this music by, like, chance. And to be honest, even though this is not, like, the most epic battle music you could ever ask for, this really makes grinding feel a lot more chill. Like, one of the things that really makes your brain overload is, like, when you listen to very heavy music and they just, like, drive you to adrenaline. But this kind of stuff just makes it more chill. Like, I'm completely cool right now. What stuff do you mean, Nefeli? Like, if you just say to stuff, then that could basically mean just about anything. But I doubt that I can still give you a explanation, and those boots are actually better. Just about my level. Bonus HP, Dex, and Recognize. Oh, they look so good. They have this proper plating on them now. That's cool. Also, from the point of view of entertainment, factor of psychological maintenance purely through doing something other than work or task that they can and are good. Doing only work, as much as we would like to do sometimes, can drive you to madness. Also, some older games have taught me quite a few things and offered a lot of insight into certain topics. And right now I'm obsessed with Danganronpa again. Well, Nefeli, there's nothing wrong with like being fascinated about certain topics, like, or certain things. Yeah, like they are what you said. Honestly, like, I'm just gonna quote you. purely through doing something other than work tasks, they can and are good. I would honestly say that's true. Like, as much as we have to work our brains to keep them, you know, running and functioning, like brain puzzles are very important at old age to not like have your brains deteriorate. It's very important for your brains to also have that kind of entertainment and fun at times because, like, again, your brain needs to calm down occasionally as well. That's why we feel compelled to, you know, procrastinate. That's why we feel compelled to do something else than just school. I mean, it's all really natural, even though we can just disregard stuff like school is bad and stuff. Like, we can all probably say in reality that at times school is actually pretty interesting. You like to learn new things, but most of the time you just don't want to do it because that's not like the time when you want to learn something. No, legend, I'm so obsessed with it. I love it too much. I keep drawing the characters, and I just kind of took a few DR memes and have them on my desks now. I guess, like, actually many people make memes of a game and take the memes, use them. I don't see anything wrong with, like, drawing a character that you want to draw. Like, we're all subject to the idea that when we get inspiration for something, then why not? I wanted to make an RPG setting for my stream, so I made an RPG setting. I'm obsessed with RPG games, there's nothing wrong with that. To be honest, to be obsessed with something, I think is a lot better than to be obsessed with nothing. If you have nothing to, like, delegate your passion to, then what would you be doing with your life? Like, seriously. There's, like, so many things we could, like, not do, but we decided to not disregard them because we enjoy them. Imagine if you, like, had nothing to delegate your focus onto. What if you actually, like, just had nothing? You just do something because you feel like you have to, not because you want to. Like, essentially, oh no. Yeah, if you had passion for nothing, there would be nothing driving you to continue your life. I mean, I guess that's like one thing that really drives people to depression. They simply have nothing to strive for. If there was like something, if you were not interested in anything, I think I would be pretty sad too. Like, honestly, I'm just all about PCs. Like, I have never really been that interested in anything else in my life. Sports, I have always found sports to be distasteful and painful. I've always found some other hobbies, they have just been very boring to me. And I know this sounds pretty contrary now that I'm streaming and talking with you guys constantly. I really am not like the best person of socializing. Like, I don't want to spend all my days socializing. Like, I have some certain passion to it, but then again, there's like times when I want to be alone. I'm a very independent person in that case. But like games, I have done it for like ever since I was 3 or 4, and I have never forbidden it. I have never stopped myself from playing games. I have never disregarded them. Games have always been like a thing for me. I don't know where I would be really if games were not here for me. I've been talking a lot about how I really sometimes adore like very old ages, like tribal ages, medieval ages, although that might be biased because I play so many medieval games. Obviously the reality would be a lot more harsher, and there would not be some superficial things like magic, or superstitious to be exact. Like, in the current world, I really don't give a shit about like the current society. I really hate it, like to the brim of my heart. But I just feel so complete when I get to play games in my free time. When I can just like completely disregard everything, every responsibility when I'm done with them, and just like play stuff. I just feel so alive when I get to like do this. And there's nothing else that really replicates the same feeling. And it's not just games. I like really watching others play games. I like games that are calm. I like games that are very stressful and hard. I just like those all kinds of different flavors and expectations and all kinds of varieties. I mean, of course, there's like varieties that I like more or less, and I'm just lost all my skills. Jesus Christ. So like, obviously, I like have some preferences, but that doesn't mean that I'm like disregarding any of them. Like, I could be playing puzzle games, and I could be playing them with as much passion as I could be playing RPG games or MMO games, or just like some car games. Like, But there's just a passion that no matter in what format it is, I just cannot forget it. It's a feeling of just complete fulfillment of getting to do like to play that game that you want in that specific moment. And if you have that like possibility, you just get this utter feeling of satisfaction that you get to do what you want. But if video games weren't here, I would probably spend my days reading books and living in my head even more. Or if I'm more motivated, try and do something sciencey. Let me just deal with this monster so I won't be probably killed when I'm trying to speak. Yeah, these guys hurt. I just like, I get screening so many characters and stories and stuff, then trying to draw them. Yeah, like every one of us has certain skills, certain skill sets that we are more or less good at. We can always improve on them if we want to, but most of the time we don't. Not many want to just learn about rocket science just because it exists. Like, one has to have the passion for that, and that really applies for many skills. When we don't apply a skill or go for it, it's not that we cannot do it, it's just that we lack the interest to pursue it. We humans have the capability to learn just about anything, if we really put our minds to it, and have the correct mindset, but for the most time, we're just not interested enough to do so. Like, that's exactly why we have scientists who are able to create mind-blowing things, and some just cannot. I feel like one of the things is that, in a way, I like that I get to choose my own path. I guess in a way it would be morbid to live in an old age where you have to basically fend off for your basic needs, or your position in a society is predetermined. Like, in a medieval society, if you were like someone from low class, you would just be a farmer your entire life. I guess that in a way would be pretty sad, but then again, if we were in that society, we're not even have to think about what to work as, or what do we want to work as when we get older, or when we mature up a bit. It's that we didn't have the choice, but made us not think about it, and we were just content with our lives the way we were. I get lost in myself a lot. I'm not good at anything. I don't like any subject I can kind of draw, and I guess that's the only thing I like. Yeah, like I said, the only thing I really like is just gaming. I do like some things to an extent, but this is like the only thing that I could say that I would enjoy my whole life. I haven't felt the same drive for anything else, ever. I have tried many things, but they just don't add up the same way as gaming does. I just get lost in myself and stuff. I kinda hate reading books, but drawing my characters and stuff can help me escape all the drama from school, so yeah. I mean, I guess that's what you could call it. Like, really, most of the things we do is something also caused by our will to want to escape reality. Like, that's really what it's about. We want our brains to rest, so we disregard the things we really need to do, because we need that break to not think about something so oppressing. There's nothing you need to be worried about in that manner. Oh yeah, I got level up, by the way. Nice. Just gonna put those in strength. Sweet. So many XP. So it needs Enervate, which is a pretty bad skill. Then requires Venom Fang, which is also a pretty bad skill, but then Gore. This is actually pretty good. Guess I'll learn them and be like, yes, totally, I'll go for it. I'm gonna get back to reading here. I mean, yeah, Diad, I know how bad your studying situation really is, because I have been talking with you a lot about it. And honestly, I feel really sorry for you. Not often I hear about people having to go through so much work. Like, I know you're literally spending the third of your days, every single day, basically studying. And I would feel basically helpless if I had to deal with that myself every day. Like, my situation here stands. We always want that escape from reality because it is really tough for us to keep working all the time. Like, let's be honest, not having decisions is what made us more healthier, like, in a way, back then. Like, I think the current society, even though it offers us the most resources, it is the most hardest for us people. Because we have to think of every single thing. We have to think about what we want to work for, and from that, like, what we should study. Like, we have to make so many decisions just to get by life. Like, you would think that if you want to get further, like, if you want to get good in life, you would have to do so much thinking, but, like, in current society, just, like, a necessity for everyone, and even though we have more resources, it's psychologically the most excruciating for us compared to any other time. And that's really, I think, why so many people are suffering from depression, because they are overwhelmed by the feeling of decision. Like deciding is honestly pretty hard. I know that myself. Like, I know I have made decisions, but I have never like said to myself that this decision was easy, or I have always felt determined to go for the decision. I've been doing content creation more or less for 4 years now. Like, at first I just made some casual Osu videos, like when I was still playing Osu properly. These days I just can't do it as well as I did back in the day. Like, the same still stands. Like, I have the drive to do YouTube mostly, but sometimes I would just run out of the motivation to follow that dream. And now I just decided that I want to give a bit more effort to it than before. It's really that the decisions are so hard, and to work for them is so hard as well, because most of the time you're gonna have to work like on multiple things at the same time. So it's not like a direct objective and finish it thing. Like, you have so many things you have to take care of at the same time. It's overwhelming in so many layers that even sometimes even though I have that very strong mental fortitude, I just feel like I just wanna sometimes just like lay down and just like forget everything for a day. Like, just be like, dude, I just wanna enjoy my life, dude. The society asks for so much, and there's nothing really can do about it, because that's like what society needs to keep on going in the way it does right now. Die. Okay. Brutal leggings. I don't can't wear though. Oh, I actually have brutal leggings. These are actually better. Nice. If I stop dropping, I legit don't know what I will do, because art is the only thing I enjoy like doing. Yeah, but to be honest, you should be happy with having something you're so passionate about. Like, just like you said, you're so obsessed with Danganronpa. That just like shows that we also want variety. Like, I like gaming, but like I don't want to play games 24/7. I just want to sometimes do something else. Maybe like those things that I am less passionate about, but like I'm still like, it makes me feel happy. There's nothing wrong with being obsessed with Danganronpa, as you said, because then you wouldn't have anything else to be obsessed about than art. And now that you can like redirect your art towards Danganronpa, then that's like a win-win situation for both things. You get something new to be passionate about, and you also improve on something else you already were passionate about to begin with. That is really like happy news. You should never like question yourself for being excited or obsessed with something else. You should be happy that you're like not like lacking anything, because like there's so many people out there lacking the drive to live, or the drive to pursue anything, because they don't have anything to like look forward to in their lives. So just like having that thing, having art and Danganronpa as something that motivates you, you're already a step forward than those guys. It could be a lot worse. Any of us could be in a lot worse position if you had nothing to cling on to. I still enjoy drawing, don't get me wrong, but I'm always trying to improve, but I'm scared if I ever just leave art. Yeah, like, I get that, like, we get, like, obsessed into our fascination, like, things we are thrilled about. Like, exactly like I said, if we, like, didn't have it anymore, if it has a very special place in our heart, then what would we be doing for our lives? In a society where we have free will about basically anything. Those glorious few who get a dream so strong and yet synchronous with reality that they have laid their own entire path laid out before them ever since they are children. They're successful because they spend their entire life doing something they like so much it almost never burns them out. Yeah, like there's like some people that really have the drive to do what they want. Honestly, I have always wanted to do, like, not always, not like ever since I was like 4 or anything, but like I've always, from like ever since school, I've always wanted to do something related to games. And that would basically involve anything from creating videos, streams about games, or just like generally, just like making games or just playing games. Like I just want to get somehow involved with games, and that has always been my dream. But like, being able to actually manage it and push it to the point where you actually like make it a successful life for you along with your passion. It is an admirable feat that not many of us have, and unfortunately we just all don't have that like kind of determination for it. Like our dreams could be so lofty that they are just, even though if you want to pursue it with the best of your power, you never could, because it would not be possible in any single way. Like being a successful well, the guy doing sports, I don't know why I just forgot the word for now, but like if you want to be, if you are like, if you like had lost a leg at some point, or if you had never had one ever since birth and you wanted to become a successful person in sports, then it simply would not be possible. You can never beat the best because they have all the capabilities compared to that. But like being realistic, being determined with what is realistic is something to look forward to. And that is more damage. Iron color. Oh my god. Some pretty epic skills here. Honestly, I really don't like these 3 skills here. I'm just gonna put them to the side. Put that there. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna do animation with a robe because that's literally the only thing left for me that I still enjoy and excited to make. I draw almost every day and kinda never burn out. Yeah, but like you know yourself, getting recognition for doing something that isn't exactly work is very, very difficult. Like becoming popular is like one of the most insurmountable things, and you need luck and very, very like widespread coordination for it. If I wanted to become more visible, I should be playing the most meta games that I could ever find, like a game that everyone would be playing, like Minecraft. I should be making some advertising, even if it was very like unethical, like just sending random advertisements in servers, even though that's not allowed or something like that. Like there's so many ways I could make it so much easier, but unethical. But I would never be happy with myself, like if I ever started advertising my streams on a YouTube channel without permission and without goodwill. And if I like say ever became a Minecraft content creator, I think I would never really never really forgive myself for stooping to that ground. Because like I feel so bad about the fact like how many like very popular channels just came to be because they had picked the most well-known game in the planet. Even if their content wasn't as like their content could be a lot worse than some guy playing less popular games and only have 50k subscribers, which is like reality really. The things with most visibility only come to come to the light. Nice to see you have fun with your thing. Lately I've been kind of unmotivated to do everything, I don't know why. Still very young, so I don't really know if my future is gonna be art or something. I really hope it will. Honestly, Nepheli, that is a very good age to be conscious about your dream profession. When I was still in secondary, I think, yeah, secondary, you would already be asked what you want to become in the future, what you want to study, and when you tell them that you have a path that you wish to pursue, they tell you that they're very happy that you have one. And it's really a better time than ever to be conscious of what you want to do. Because if you find it out too late, you might spend extra years for nothing, just studying things that you never necessarily needed. Like, I mean, I guess like if you like pick some very basic studies as well that would basically apply to everything, like English. Of course, you're gonna need languages. It gives you more opportunities to get a job, if not in your own country. But like, not everything needs maths, not everything needs biology and stuff. So it would really suck if you had not figured out what you want to do, and it ended up making more work than you essentially need to do, because the work is so tough in the first place. Honestly, I would say that if you really feel like art is your calling, then you should do your best to work for it. Even if you never made it to be a successful artist, or if you never like got this specific kind of profession you wanted to be as an artist, there are always more possibilities regarding making art. And basically for anything, like programming, for example, I wanted to become a programmer, and I still do, but I really feel most driven to play games, but never mind that. But as a programmer, even if I never like became a game designer, I could still like program websites. I could program some codes for some other companies, you know, all that kind of basic stuff. There's a lot we can do. It's just that like if you don't get that thing we want to achieve, it really feels bad. But at least, like, the good thing is that even if we never reached to the point, or didn't have time to reach to the point where we wanted, we could always, like, pursue another career that may not trigger as much, but still accept the prospect we were looking for. That's like, a very good thing, because sometimes we may not always have that opportunity, and having at least something, compared to nothing, is better, a lot better. This contaminated zombie captain is actually very tough. I love this new skill I got. Jesus Christ. When I was younger, I wanted to become a vet. Big dreams, little Neffy. Yeah, big dreams. And I wanted to be a scientist. I really do feel like I haven't achieved much. Well, actually, I got 4 levels. I'm almost out of here. I'm almost out of Reikeuseu. I still haven't done my homework and I'm just kind of feel like floating in space right now. Like, I did all of my homework, basically, but I just haven't, like... I have like read the biology chapters I had to, but I never really did the homework related to it yet. But I think it's gonna take me only half hours. I still remember for the most part what I like read, so nothing wrong. Potamian guard post. Where is this thing? Is it? No, I don't see any marker anywhere. I'm like totally lacking quest now. I'm like supposed to go to the next area. I went to university to study technology because of an fascination with machines, but I'm back to studying maths and I feel empty. Hopefully this year is when the worst of it will pass and I'll get more disciplines that study PCs. Yeah, so like, I remember you're going through programming lessons, you're trying to learn programming as well. I definitely would not want to go through the theoretical part, I just want to learn programming. And there's actually so many people that have learned programming solely by relying on internet. It might not be the most efficient way, but it really gives you the basics altogether and you start understanding how programming works. I don't really know if going through theoretics for years is really necessary for programming itself. And it's not even theoretics about how programming works, it's just theoretics about maths, really. And I think it's kind of stupid, to be honest. There's so many things I find so inefficient about it and unnecessary. Just trying to kill. Need AXP so bad. I know these guys are bad EXP right now, but actually just give me a moment to find out where the Potamian guard post is. This is actually tough. I don't find anything. Let me actually search for the quest report results. Wait. I found the quest, but it doesn't explain any further where it is. I'm doomed. I'm so damn doomed. Oh, hi, Quebexian. Took you long enough. I had to figure out how to ban a guy myself, so also screw you, but also thank you. I guess it's a mixed feeling thing. Yeah, like I had like you said about Chipstream, I had the same thing. I had a guy just come at me, send like, "You want free followers? Come to this website," and in all the possible encrypted letters that you could, that like the Twitch would not, the Twitch system would not detect it. Yeah, but I like thought you were just gonna go off stream and like just like do something else in the background, just like listen to me in the background or something. I know they were just gonna go poof. Yeah, NFLE, that is so mood. I just like, I love Quebexian, but at the same time, we just want to say fuck you to him. Like, seriously, he's a rad lad, but also a mad lad, so he's a bad lad. No problem. After not talking to anyone that much for years, I can just kind of stay back and observe people and how they think and act. Yeah, honestly, I have been secluded by many communities in school because of how different I was. Like, I like games a lot, but I'm so obsessed with them, some people would call me a lunatic, and because I have so different game tastes. Like, I just don't like playing CSGO all the day, and that makes me so different, apparently. Like, that's just, like, taking me away from the so many communities. And I just, like, have observed in the background, like, even though I never, like, flinched, or even though I never made it clear, but, like, I always was listening to how they react to me, how they talk and stuff, and I just, like, I just feel disgusted thinking about it, like, How can these guys live with themselves when they are content with something so menial and something so little, and just like with so little difference, come to the place of ignorance that, hey dude, this might actually hurt someone, or that this person might be okay despite these differences. Like, it's just something they do for fun, basically. And where is my consumable bar? I'm just gonna eat something and pretend like nothing is wrong. Oh, level 19. Level 18. Alright. Screw you, Quebexian. I'm not a special guy in streaming. I'm not a special content creator. I'm just a guy trying to, you know, make some videos and streams for fun. That's really like the passion that everyone really starts it on. More or less, they will still have the passion, but it becomes more professional. Just hoping that I will get somewhere, maybe someday. But it's gonna require a lot of effort from me. Especially if I'm gonna go from the standpoint that I'm not gonna play the most mainstream games there is. I would not see any point to it if that was the case. I don't seem to be getting any other quests. Yes, that is the case. I just went to where my whole class hang out in school, and they started kind of about friends. I just go, oh yeah, I just don't have any real friends that are talking, spending time with me, and everyone's offended by it. So true, when people start piling, you can't have the capacity to notice everyone. Like, dude, what the fuck? There's stigma around loners. I don't know why. Guess people fear the unknown. Guys in my class used to be all very close to each other, and since I was one of them, I used to hang out with them, but like last year so much drama happened with them. I never understood how some people end up being friends with almost everyone, while others end up secluded. It's really about the concept of peer pressure. It just naturally happens because people are like pack animals in a way. We just like follow this guy that we consider to be the so-called boss, and then we just pass around him or her, and just like start adapting to these same ideals, lines of thought, and it just becomes this polarized group of some certain line of thought, even if like 90% of people didn't exactly think that way, but they would feel mortified if they thought the different way, because that would mean that they would get removed from the group. The difference is between those people that are really willing to put a face aid, and those who just realize that it's just like pointless. There's no point in changing yourself for the sake of others. I personally think that being the best of myself, or just being me, is the best thing you can do. And I guess that's like why I have always been the one kid that nobody ever really cared about. It's really a simple concept, but to what scale it goes, to like bullying, just like making some other people be loners, or just wanting to be a loner. There's so many things to it, like such a simple concept is taken so much to the extreme that it affects every single school community. Might even like, I would not even be surprised if this was like a workplace community thing as well. Like, I don't go to work, and I would assume that adults would be more mature with this stuff. But to be honest, as far as I've met adults, I would not be surprised at all if there would be something similar going on in school, in like workplaces too. Maybe not on as childish level as in schools. Actually, who knows? Who knows? It could be even more childish. But like, even still, it could be entirely possible that one gets just secluded because they have a different mindset. Maybe people just intuitively judge who is their type. No, that can't be right. I simply don't know. I wasn't bullied or any very pursued or something. I was very close to meet this girl, and they knew that if they wanted made her sad or something, I would just kill them. So I've never done anything to distance myself from others. I just minded my own business, and everything else just falls back to its place. I mean, it's really also about the social acceptance. If you don't need it, then you most likely do not pursue to be part of anything. But if you want that social acceptance, if you have that like ambition to be recognized by some group of people, you would go to insane lengths just to be like them, just to like be considered one of them. I don't know myself, because I've honestly been happy with just being people that really are me, not felt like I have to integrate myself to whatever group I come across first, because my life would be depend on that or anything. But in most cases, this is really what really happens. Like, people just find this group, they seem to be a promising group who could like recognize me, make me feel like I'm part of the gang. And they would just go to lengths to, should make themselves faulty to fit in them. I talk to people when they wanted. I was hanging out with them when they wanted, but every time I tried to speak or talk in a group, they would either cut me off or chase convo subject or just ignore me. Yeah, like that's really what happened to me. Like I was in secondary school. You know, I actually had some issues with some people in primary school, and that's because I am an autist. Well, not exactly an autist. I'm an Asperger or Asperger, if you want to pronounce it correctly, but it sounds so wrong. I had this issue with dealing with bigger classes, like classes of 20 people. I could not tolerate them, and I would get so aggressive. Well, obviously that is no longer a thing. I'm literally making public content that basically anyone could just view, and I'm not getting mad about it. I'm very comfortable if someone even actually comes and joins this. Like back then, I had the issue, and even though it's been like 6 years, people never really forgot about it. It's kind of hard to explain here right now, but like people will just be vengeful about what you did, even if years went by. And even if even if it weren't the same anymore, they would just judge you by your past events, even no matter how many years it has been. And I would just like, even though I try my best to become friends with everyone, or not like obviously I would not force myself to be like with the dumbest people in the world. Like, even though I was in good terms with many people at first, I would quickly be disregarded because of things that people told about me. I would be secluded solely based on actions I did 6 years ago. And I had not done a single one of those the entire time I was in there at school. Yeah, they hold grudges for the simplest things. I don't know what kind of mentality of a man-child you have to consider that if this person was a bad like person as a kid, which is literally the epitome of evolution and development as a human being. I really feel insulted, not because I was like ignored specifically, but the fact that people actually have the capability to think that it is completely okay in the first place. Would I belittle like some random kid I find when they're like 3 years old in a park? They tell me I look funny. Would I like belittle them 10 years later when they're probably thinking entirely else and they never really probably like thought the same way that they said? Like they could just be like, they could just be getting a laugh about basically anything, but it never could actually mean anything bad with it. I could hold a grudge, and that would be about that, and it could be essentially the same thing. Like, why is that a thing? Why is that a logical reason to be angry towards someone? And why does someone just believe it and be like, this guy is totally gonna be the same 6 years later, a piece of shit? Like, I don't know, like, what kind of lack of, like, thinking you would have to go through to actually believe it? If people are there to do something like that to me, I would have killed them and they know it. I don't understand grudges, envy, drama, and many other social things that people do every day. Like, why? Why waste so much energy for such a pointless thing? Well, some people seem to get a huge try from it, and they just, like, I guess that just, like, integrates them more into the group if they get to shit talk about other people as much as they can, and make them feel like a good person. I really don't know, and I really don't want to know. The thing is, I got involved in a bad way, and I got hurt. In so many ways. Just because of that one action. Like, the reason why that happened was that my secondary school was basically next to the primary school I was in for the first couple years. Until I migrated schools. Like, the funny thing is, both in the old school and new school I was, like both primary schools, I was in good terms with the people in the first primary school, and I was in bad terms with them, and I was in good terms with the people in the second primary school. But the thing is, for some reason, people seem to believe stories of my first grade experiences a lot more than the experiences they've had of me for the past 4 years. I don't know how that is even physically possible. I don't know what to say about that, but like, why would you fall to that level? Why would you believe someone just for those lofty rumors that probably don't even have any kind of credibility to this day and age? You're a kid, you change. Why would that mean that you're not allowed to change? and become a better person. You don't have to talk too much. Like I said, I'm not always the most social person, so if you don't want to be the same way, if you don't want to be the most social, then that's completely fine. I am completely myself in a stream, and I expect everyone else to be the same as well. I don't want anyone to feel like they're forced to talk. I want anyone to feel like they are doing something they don't wanna. I don't force anyone to be in the stream. I said I'm streaming, but I never said that you have to stay for the entire 4 hours here. If you really feel like you're not doing this out of compassion or like feeling bad for me for, you know, for trying to really work hard to do streaming even though nobody watches me, and you just like genuinely enjoy being here, then I really want to thank you for it, and I really am grateful for the honesty if that really is the case. Because it makes me feel good if I know that my content has somehow reached the one's hearts. Oh god, I'm so low on HP. Oh no, 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 no. Come on. Okay, I think I'll be fine now. Yep. That guy... Oh, that guy just bugged out apparently. Yep, he's gone now. Yeah, I'm glad that you're being honest with yourself, Nefeli, and I'm very happy that you are showing me that recognition that you're enjoying what I'm doing. It's little things like these that motivate me to do something, even though it doesn't affect many people. Even though I may be doing something maybe with more effort than is initially like necessary. Hey, I'm enjoying the feedback, and if people like it, I want to continue doing it, so thank you for every one of you. I'm already at 40% XP, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, there are just some times when I just can't focus on the chat though, when I'm like focusing on killing monsters and they just wanna rip off my head. I just feel like I'm being targeted for some reason, I don't know why. It feels as if someone wants to kill me. Also, at this moment, whenever around popular stream is like a mindless form daggers with everything they say when the streamer is being an a-hole, and visits the chat or contradicts themselves. When streamers become popular, there are those people who follow them mindlessly, but then there are those people who just question everything they do, mostly because they're envious about their popularity and something else, you know. Just something that makes them so fixated on the person for one reason or another. It doesn't even have to be a sensible reason, but just the fact that they're popular, they're known by people, they're just trying to look for every single fault in a person. And if they find that one thing, they're just gonna keep it onto them until the rest of their lives. There's like the kind of good objective view and bad objective view. And the bad objective view is not even objective. It's just like completely ignoring that a person has ever done anything good in their lives. And just start picking out the bad things. Generally, I think that streamers need to be, like, they can be themselves. But I feel like people should respect them equally. Because they're still people. But also the streamers, of course, should not like give any bad advice or give bad influence. They should be role models to people. They're literally streaming videos for millions of people at a time. And now, just saying this as a meme, I think what I'm gonna be doing off camera is that I'm going to go for a goddamn book. Like, I feel like comparing to the quest line I had for my archer, I feel like I'm really missing something, and I'm having the strong feeling that the book was a prerequisite for another quest line, which was very imperative, so I might go for it. I dream comes a bit before he became so popular, it's seriously disturbing. It's just disgusted by the community now. Many communities get spoiled when they grow. I'm throwing because I think the guy with the mask is kinda cool. I'm getting aggressive against their artist friend competition. I'm gonna say this straight. I think Dream, like, I don't want to offend anyone that likes Dream, but I think Dream is exactly one of those examples of what kind of a content creator I do not want to become. Like I said, I don't want to make videos or streams about the most meta or most popular games out there, because I would feel bad basically like abusing the most popular outlets to turn myself into a celebrity of nothing. Like, I do admit speedrunning games is amazing, but like there's so many channels I know out there that like play Minecraft and they get away with it. I even know about this channel. I literally found out like yesterday. I was just looking through my YouTube recommendations, and I came across this like stream clip of some VR YouTuber playing Minecraft, a VR girl YouTuber, Can you guess how many subscribers he had? Also, like, I've been binge watching the remastered B animatics and following the story, not because the popular, but because I generally like the story and what's happening. I like the animatics because some small artists get too much attention by them, and there are some very good out there. Yeah, so like, honestly, even in the artist thing, I think so many good artists are being disregarded by the popular wave of the most popular artists. Like, I know that Jaden and Odd One Sal, for example, are good artists, but it's mostly about sending as content as fast as possible, and their drawing for the most part is very minimal. It's just like shapes in white for the most part. Like, I don't say that I don't disrespect it. I know that they are doing YouTube also for the kind of, they do it. I think they might even do it for a living. I'm not sure, but that could be a possibility. So they have to press it. There's so many more animations put hard into it because they are something done with a passion of a hobby and not something of a workload for a job or a living. There's so much enjoyment you can get with the difference between a hobby and an occupation, and that's why I like respect indie developers. I respect smaller content creators if I find good ones. I just respect that. About the VTuber, by the way, this girl had almost 2 million subscribers, and what he did or what she did was basically just playing just survival Minecraft, single player, like nothing else. That was literally their content. The only thing that made them different is that they were a VTuber playing Minecraft, and they have 2 million subscribers, and pretty popular too. I checked their channel, few 100,000 views per video. I know it's not exactly wrong, but I would personally feel wrong abusing the most mainstream concepts on media and abusing them to become popular for some reason, making money out of it. It's like just like becoming someone's dream waifu and making them drain out of their money of a solid reality that this girl doesn't look like this. I like the simplicity as well, but like there's just so much that is left out from the animations because they have to basically send them out monthly. It's like a Patreon thing, I guess. I don't know how their income comes in, but like their income most likely revolves around the fact that they are doing so much animations. So they don't have exactly that kind of leisure to do as much work on their animations as they want. As relatable as they may be, they could make so many things a lot better if they were not pressed by the fact that they have to do it as an occupation. Like, it may not even lack out on the simplicity. It could be like just the same but colored or something like that. It could have so much potential, but they have to do it like in the rough because they just cannot go even further if they want to stick with their time limits. Yeah, there are some really detailed stuff if you look at Right Place. Yeah, that's exactly my point. Like I said, I really love their animations, but I feel like if they had more time, they could make them a lot better. Like there's something about popularity and the time limit that just pushes out so much potential, and I think there's so much passion that just goes away with it if you do it as an occupation and are basically forced to do it every single day instead of like doing it whenever you want, how much you want. They have to follow a deadline, a schedule. There's only so many things. There's like this thin line where the thing becomes a profession, and when it from the profession becomes a liability rather than a passion. I don't question their passion because they've been doing it for so many years, but I feel like if they didn't have that job for it, I guess they would be like a lot more passionate to work harder or just make a lot more higher quality animations. Like even if they work just a couple hours for a single anime every day, that would still make them 60 days. I mean 60 hours, my bad. 60 hours per animation. How crazy is that? And they're just like mostly black and white. Mostly. And even if they had colors, the colors would be for the most part pretty simple. Nothing too polished. Like, you could compare like Jaden animations and then compare something like, I guess, when people used to make a lot of animations about YouTubers like PewDiePie and Markiplier, like Lixian, you know Markiplier's editor, Lixian? He used to also make animations for Markiplier, but those were not like animations that took them like only 1 month to make. They actually spent a lot more time for them. And I think like that small time animation is something so much more precious than full-time animators that seek to, leave out content every month. That's why I respect like so many small time things, not just animators. I have 29 of those. That's a lot. I just made a cyber character of my own. Ooh, what's their name? It looked much worse than I imagined. You don't really have a name. Yeah, Dion, I'm actually gonna say one thing, honestly. I honestly, most of the time, have higher expectations for my drawings, but they end up falling a lot more into shit than I really wanted to, and then I would just be so dissatisfied with it. But honestly, with pixel art, it was kind of the opposite. I was expecting much worse results, but they looked a lot more better than I imagined. Like, I thought I would totally, like, mess up all the curtains, like, on my transition screen. I would mess up the blank wall, everything. Like, it all looks so blank and so tasteless in the beginning, but so much difference that a couple pixels can do in terms of shading and characteristics. It just makes the drawings look so much different. Like the blank wall on my overlay, I compare it to, like, without the shading. The very simple shading. It was just literally a couple pixels up and down the blanks to add some shade to it. It looks so much better. It looks so much more 3D. Ah, it's such a good batch of zombies. Remember when I was like 40% EXP? Yeah, I'm actually about to level up. 96.8%. Jesus Christ. 97.8. Woo! Congratulations, you have reached level 20. Above level 20, quest and monsters in Keorian offer more XP. Sweet. So, I'd level 20. I feel happy with myself. Might as well just head back to town. I hope this takes me... Buddy, you're getting yourself fucked. Die. I do so much damage now. Let's just see my skills. Town portal, definitely. Okay, nothing else really. There is something so fascinating about writing lore, like Jesus Christ, and I'm still in Panakea lab, god damn it. Like, definitely up there. I have, like, even though I'm just most like playing games, I really like making my own stories, in a way. Like, when I was back in elementary school or primary school, when I had spare classes in Finnish, my teacher would let me write this basically this novel type of a thing on my notebook when I had done like all my work, so I could like work on my own story and make a lore to it. It wasn't anything amazing. It was extremely fast paced, maybe little bit lacking of thinking and very sudden events. But like there was something like it like showed the passion that I was very into making a story, putting some lore into it, and like just the fact that I'm so fascinated about learning about other lore, like playing story-rich games, then that really shows like how passionate I am about lore and how intrigued I am to make it. I'm gonna go do some gear check in glitter and call it a day. I went from level 14 to level 20 in one go. How cool is that? That is actually amazing. Like, I know I got to level 14 basically 2 episodes, but wait. I have a quest here. So, like, I went from 40 to 20, and that's a lot more. I think that's, like, as much effort needed, or even more, than getting to level 14 in the first place. So, like, and I had to grind it. I didn't do quests, like, for the last one level, or even 2 levels. I don't remember when I started grinding, but I had to do at least an almost whole level of grinding. Oh. I think I know what I'm doing next stream. I remembered. When I get to level 20, I actually start getting dungeon quests. And what is better time to start doing dungeons than next time? But like, yeah, I think that if you're really interested in lore, making an RPG universe, and just making your own story, definitely try out D&D. D&D, like, I know it is very tough to manage. Like, it's a tabletop RPG. You have to basically manually do everything. But you can, like, take every single action to the very last detail. Like, there could be some random obstacle in a map that is not even visible, and you can make it up on your own. Like, there's so much depth you can put into it with your own effort. And in D&D, everyone will, like, experience your passion with their actions. Like, if you want to engage on an RPG world, make a story, and have others experience it, D&D is probably one of the best ways to go. It's gonna be a lot of work, but definitely D&D. Just gonna kill this because I can. Can I kill you? Guys, remember when I was level 14 killing these things? Damn, I'm strong now. I'm a big boy. By the way, guys, I'm just gonna mention to you, I have 69 views on my channel now. I'm so happy. Oh, Jesus Christ. I really want to play D&D, but no one wants to play with me and take the time to create stuff. I would love to play D&D, and I would totally not be against, like, us, even just us three, making some online D&D session, as long as someone is willing to make the story, the lore, the map. But I would be definitely willing to play it all the way to the end, until I die at least. Some friends, but they don't like RPG games, or they will take the time and create stuff for so much. Exactly, like, people lack so much passion doing it, and it irritates me in so many occasions so much. The reason why people were distancing me in terms of gaming was because everyone else played CSGO and I would just be playing World of Warcraft. Like, seriously. That's the only thing that divided us from being gamers, and I was completely disregarded. Dude, no matter how long it takes to make a character in D&D, I think that the biggest quandary forever and ever will be the fact that you will forever think about a good name for your character. It's gonna take a lot longer than the whole character assembly. And if you don't name it properly, you're just gonna regret it your entire life. Oh, guys, I'm getting so much money here. I'm gonna hit 700k, I think. Oh, not quite, not quite. Okay, okay. Wait. No! I have 1,000,000! I have 1,000,000. I'm rich, boys. Should I get a dagger or should I get fists? Just a good question. The dagger... The reverse dagger obviously has a wider damage range. But it might look cooler. And they look actually pretty much what they look like in the images, to be honest. I'm gonna let you think about that. I'm gonna go get my armor in the meantime. I have to go to the vendors again to find the correct ones. So the best armor I've seen so far is definitely noble. I'd like to find better weapons. These are normal. Is there any other vendors around here? No, there aren't. Guys, the irritation. There are noble weapons for level 30, but not level 19. I'm so irritated. I'm so irritated. I'm getting those hive protectors. Getting that. Should I get the hive leggings? No. It's actually a funny fact. These brutal leggings are better solely for the fact that there's bonus orange stats. So noble high walker. That's worse. Definitely worse. Hive muffler. Definitely. Nefeli, I need you to make the decision. Everyone else has already cast their vote. Do you want a reverse dagger or knuckles? Dagger, okay. Guess I'm getting a dagger. Okay, guys, it's time for my transformation. So, I'm just gonna do this. Here's my beautiful guy. A beautiful, beautiful man with a bear mask. So, first off, I'm actually taking this off. I'm changing my gloves. These things turn into nothing until I buy the correct fucking gloves. Okay, so those things. Those things. Yeah, the new gloves are going to look like this. They look very nice. That's a very nice ornamental detail. And then we change the whole suit. Oh, that is a full suit. That is a proper, like, frontal scale mail. Like a proper plate in the front. That looks so good. I like the shoulder pads too. Like, this old suit didn't have much, but this... Oh yeah, this sticking out. Oh yeah. And the dagger. I think it's on this side. No, it's this side. Look at how much detail that dagger has. Look at that detail. Oh yeah. It's like a dragon with a gem. And then some dragon tail and some other ornamental stuff on the blade. It's so cool. I can finally get myself apparently an elf helmet or Santa's helmet. I'm gonna like compare both. This is like plus 30 all stats, so this is gonna be actually very good. Oh, that's actually pretty classy. I like it. And actually get some custom hair from it. But Santa's hat. I just lost all my hair. I think I want to look more rogue. I think this is very good. I think this top hat is amazing. I actually look like some kind of a, you know, a hate man, a professional, you know, backstabber. Dude, that's so good. I love it so much. Well, I don't know if this is seasonal or if I'm gonna actually keep this forever, thanks to the fact that I got this during a holiday. Dude, the stat boosts are very good. Plus 30 everything. Anyway, I think that's honestly everything that we have to do on the stream. Honestly, I want to say thank you for everyone who has been watching. And everyone who's gonna probably watch this on YouTube, I'm gonna thank you as well for sticking with the series. I really enjoy making videos about this game. I really enjoyed making my first stream about this. I'm also gonna say that, just like the Flash game stream, I enjoyed this a lot more than I expected. There's something magical about, like, live broadcasting playing a game that for a community instead of playing it alone. Of course, it loses its kind of like personal touch, but it also like gives the new touch of sharing that same experience with others, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So next time on Shaiya, we will be going through dungeons. I think we will be probably grinding dungeons for some epic loot. Like, I remember it has some epic loot. I'm gonna go for a lot of loot. So I think that's honestly something more of a stream thing. I'll just be grinding monsters for the most part. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think we will be seeing next week. So thank you again for coming across, and I think we'll see you next week.